What's going on, guys? It's your boy Johnny Liquidator, and I'm back with breaking news hot off the press. And trust me, this one is messy. The kind of messy that makes you stop, reread headlines, and ask yourself how a league with this much momentum managed to stumble into chaos at the exact wrong moment. So here's what just dropped. According to ESPN senior writer Ramona Shelburne, the WNBA and the Players Association have reached what's being called a breakthrough agreement. That's the word being tossed around. Breakthrough, progress, relief. But once you actually slow down and examine what this agreement really is, that optimism starts to fall apart real quick. Because this isn't a new collective bargaining agreement. This isn't clarity. And this definitely is not confirmation that we're getting a 2026 season. What they've agreed to is a moratorium. And if you're like me, you probably had to stop and Google that word too. Don't feel bad. A moratorium sounds harmless, even professional, but the reality behind it is unsettling. It's a temporary freeze on league business, specifically free agency. Everything stops. No qualifying offers. No core designations. No signings. No movement. The entire offseason just slammed into a brick wall. This isn't forward progress. This is hitting pause because both sides are stuck and don't know how to move ahead. Let's be clear about how we got here. Players and owners completely failed to reach a new CBA before the January 9th deadline. That date wasn't some suggestion. It was the moment of truth. Miss it, and the league grinds to a halt. And that's exactly what happened. Negotiations collapsed, deadlines passed, and now the WNBA is sitting in limbo, unable to conduct basic business. So instead of a solution, we get a timeout. Some people are trying to spin this as smart strategy, but it looks a lot more like damage control. A temporary pause slapped over deep structural cracks that are starting to show at the worst possible time. This is happening right after the league posted record viewership, record interest, and historic momentum. Instead of building on that success, everything is frozen. And the damage is immediate. Free agency is dead in the water. Teams can't make offers. Players can't negotiate. Front offices can't plan. Coaches can't build rosters. The entire player market basically stopped existing overnight. What should have been one of the most exciting off-seasons in league history has turned into a waiting room with no clock on the wall. And here's where things start getting uncomfortable. Some analysts and insiders are questioning whether this was intentional. Was this moratorium a strategic move to shut down free agency entirely and force leverage in negotiations? Because let's be honest, agreeing to something that ties everyone's hands doesn't exactly scream unity. It screams distrust. It suggests both sides are willing to sacrifice short-term stability if they think it'll help them win long-term. That's not negotiation. That's warfare. The people suffering the most right now are the fans and the coaches. Coaches are staring at the impossible task of implementing complex systems in a condensed off-season, assuming we even get one. Player development? Chemistry? Continuity? Forget about it. The on-court product is going to suffer. And when the quality drops, fans notice. Fans walk away. And let's talk about the rumors that are starting to swirl, because they sound like something straight out of a bad 90s sports movie. Replacement players. Non-union players filling rosters if negotiations keep dragging on. It sounds insane, but the fact that people are even whispering about it tells you how bad this situation has become. A move like that would permanently damage the league's identity, wreck competitive balance, and crush player morale beyond repair. Annie Costabile backed up the reporting, confirming that this moratorium directly freezes free agency, including qualifying offers and core designations. That removes any remaining doubt. This isn't a small adjustment. This is a full stop. And it only ends when a new CBA is fully approved and signed. There is no end date. No timeline. Just uncertainty. What makes this even worse is the level of distrust between both sides. Reports indicate the Players Association had to closely examine the moratorium language to ensure there weren't extra provisions buried inside it. Even agreeing to pause required stripping out potential traps. That tells you everything you need to know about the state of these negotiations. Every step is a fight. Every word is suspect. And meanwhile, the league keeps repeating the same phrase over and over again. Status quo. Nothing's changing. Nothing's improving. No breakthroughs. Just stagnation dressed up as progress. For fans following this closely, it's exhausting. Status quo is just a polite way of saying we're stuck. The ripple effects are massive. Normally, free agency would begin around January 11th, with qualifying offers similar to franchise tags. That entire structure is now gone. Career timelines are disrupted. Team-building rhythms are shattered. In a league where almost every player is impacted by contract cycles, this freeze traps talent and creates uncertainty at the worst possible time. And all of this traces back to one failure: missing the January 9th deadline. That's the spark that lit this fire. This crisis wasn't unpredictable. Everyone knew the stakes, and both sides still couldn't get it done. So here we are. A league positioned for explosive growth instead finds itself stuck in internal conflict, risking its future right when it should be capitalizing on unprecedented attention. This moratorium isn't a solution. It's a spotlight exposing just how deep the problems really are. Fans deserve clarity. Players deserve stability. Coaches deserve the ability to do their jobs. Instead, everyone gets legal language, vague promises, and a temporary pause that fixes nothing. The longer this drags on, the more trust erodes, and the harder it becomes to regain momentum. This isn't just ugly, it's dangerous. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know how you're feeling about this, because right now, it looks like the WNBA is playing chicken with its own future. Keep those notifications on. I'll be back with more updates. Until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out.